This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency, Midwest Bank, Custom Sports, Woodhouse Auto Family, Allo, and by Faith Regional Health Services.
And welcome to the capital city, Sun Valley Lanes and Games, the site of the 2022 Unified Bowling State Championships. Brandon Axelman, John Lucido are with you. We just wrapped up, John, a dramatic Class B finale. Now it's Class A's turn. And wouldn't you know it, we have rivals, Columbus and Norfolk, advancing here to the championship round.
Brandon, we have half as good of a show as we did this last time. This is going to be exciting and fun, so let's see what happens.
If you're just tuning in, Lexington winning Class B, defeating Ogallala in 5 games. John, to your point, we're hoping hopefully see similar levels of excitement, but for those who are unaware, what are we about to see? What's the format? How does this all play out?
So this is the best 3 of 5 Baker competition. What that means is that each team's going to bowl at least 3 games. The first team that wins 3 games will be our state champion. So if a team goes 1-1, for example, one team wins, the other team wins, then we're going to go on to at least having 4 games. So if we get to 2-2, which is what we saw earlier in Class B, we'll go to all 5. But it could be 3 and out if somebody gets hot. But based on the earlier competition and what we saw in the bracket earlier today, the safe money is on at least 4, maybe 5.
And Unified Bowling, it's in a partnership with Special Olympics of Nebraska and the NSAA. It involves those who are considered to have an intellectual disability with those who don't. They work together and they have this team effort where they bowl towards a common goal.
Yeah, it's a great combination. We'll have Special Olympics athletes will bowl the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th frame of a game, and then their partners will bowl the other 6 frames. They basically repeat in a pattern, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, to make up the game of 10 frames. So our Special Olympics athlete will actually bowl 4 times. The partners will bowl 3, but doing the math, it works out to 10, trust me. And we're going to get a game score, and whichever team's higher, they're our winner.
Well, they have officially started the warm-up round. We are 5 minutes away from getting this thing kicked off. It's Columbus and it's Norfolk in the 2022 Unified Bowling Class A State Championships on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
On average, we spend 90% of our time indoors, which means indoor air quality plays a huge role in your overall health and well-being. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we offer solutions that fit your needs and your budget. Do you have dust around your air vents or your allergies feel like they're getting worse? It might be a good time to call us and have your air filter replaced or schedule an air duct cleaning. We offer free estimates and flat rate pricing, which means you pay for the job, not by the hour. Our family serving yours.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, do it!
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
It wasn't. But this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford of Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue. And our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford of Beatrice.
Welcome back. We're just wrapping up the warm-up round here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Norfolk and Columbus in the Class A 2022 Unified Bowling State Championship round. Brandon Axement, John Lucido with you. John, Columbus the 3 seed, Norfolk the 5 seed. And for those unfamiliar, how they got those seeds this morning, they bowled a seeding round based on pin totals. It was 1 through 8. Columbus ended up with 3, Norfolk with 5. So my first question for you, Millard South was the 1 seed. They had a 952 pin total. Columbus, the 3 seed at 900. Norfolk at 854. How rare is that when you look at the seeding round and having that translate or rather not translate to which seeds get to this point?
Great question, Brandon. What we saw earlier with the qualifying round was some pretty decent scores, but nothing, unusual, I guess. The unusual things occurred is during the bracket where we saw some of the, higher seeds get knocked off, especially some pretty strong past teams. I think we're going to be in for a ride this show.
Well, Norfolk, the 5 seed, both of their first 2 games went to 5 games, rather. So Millard North, they took them down 3-2. Millard North was the 4 seed, and then they got Millard South, the number 1 seed, went 5 games with the Patriots, took them down as well. So they've bowled a lot comparatively to Columbus. Lincoln Northeast in the first round, that was a 5-game matchup. Then in the second, though, they swept Bellevue West 3-0.
My guess would be that the skill level of all the teams here, pretty close. I mean, when you see things go 3-2, which is, somewhat unusual, the fact that we had so many 3-2s earlier today just means that the teams are strong and they're basically about the same strength, which means some pretty exciting finals.
Well, the wait is pretty much over. We are ready to get this thing going. The 3 seed, Columbus, taking on 5 seed Norfolk. Here for the Unified Bowling State Championship. It's the best of 3 out of 5. Here's game number 1.
First shot, 4.
That's Nolan McDonald. You'll see that Columbus and Norfolk, they're rivals. They're close in proximity. They also have the same colors. But Norfolk went first, Columbus second, and if you need help identifying, Norfolk will have the numbers on their backs. Columbus has letters. And also the black sleeves for Norfolk helps differentiate as this ball is thrown by Matthew Holcomb.
Brandon, there's nothing tougher than the first shot on TV. If you've never done it before, it's nerve-wracking. The lights, everybody's watching. You expect this for the first few frames, and then things will open up.
So the Panthers getting 8, courtesy of Nolan McDonald in frame number 1.
Difficult spare here. The 1-2-5-9. Only way to make it is got to hit dead center on the head pin. You could get a couple. Tie match, 8-8.
That was Matthew Holcomb, so now stepping in for Norfolk is Rochelle Thompson, a sophomore. Eight's the number here early on. Columbus, this is Ryland Prokopek.
I'm going to go on a limb and say you're going to watch Ryland bowl a lot of strikes today, at least hitting the head pin. He was our state singles traditional bowling, I believe, champion last year. And he can be all over it. Oh, this could be good. Spare? Yes.
We have our first mark of the contest. Thompson picking it up. Ryland seeing if he can do the same.
Nice. Tie game through 2.
So Tyler Yagow now up for Norfolk.
Tyler, a two-hander, gets a lot of rotation on the ball. And that rotation does something very, I want to say, unusual, Brandon. You see that split 4 pins out of the middle? That's tough to do with just a regular straight ball. That ball had a lot of drive, and that drive caused the ball and the pins go straight back, leaves an extremely difficult split.
Now this is Gavin Unger for the Discoverers, and we have our first strike. The sophomore knocking them all down.
And folks, if you're seeing this rotation on the bowling ball, it looks like it's spinning kind of crazy. These guys are not using their thumb. So what that means is that they can get their hand around the bowling ball a little bit more. That rotation usually equals to more power, more strikes. But it's tough to control, and we saw that there.
So Holcomb back up here for the Discoverers. Now back to McDonald for Norfolk, as we've officially gone through that cycle of 3 bowlers for both teams.
Ooh, nice shot. Leaks 9. Just the 6-pin. Much easier spare than what Columbus has to shoot at. So Columbus trying to get this spare. That release is a pretty standard straight release, almost what's known as a backup, where the ball actually rotates in the opposite direction. If done with enough revolutions, it can actually be pretty effective, but it's difficult to control.
Well, look at the action. You were talking about this earlier, how this ball is thrown.
Yeah, so his hand's completely underneath, and then he tries to get that rotation, but he does it the opposite way. So think about if you're throwing a football, and you're trying to throw the spiral, you rotate your hand in one direction. He's actually rotating it in the other direction, which you could still spiral the ball, but it's much more difficult to do.
And would that go down as an unorthodox approach, or why would that be the best decision for the young man other than?
It's what you do consistently, and if that's what he's comfortable with, then that's what his body wants to do. If he can do it over and over, that's all that matters.
So we are now in the 5th frame. You had 9 knocked down by Prokopek. Here's Lever.
It's going to be close. Yeah, nice.
Kellen Lever, strike for the Panthers.
Now we're going to see these players start to get settled in. They're starting to get the routine of what's going on. The TVs become not quite so obvious. We're going to start seeing more spares and strikes.
Prokopek picking up the spare, like you mentioned, last year's Class A individual state champion. Another look at the strike, courtesy of Liberty First Credit Union.
Oh, that could be a double. Oh, bad break.
Tyler Yagow, just 1 left standing for him.
You could really tell he wanted that Probably for just as much as he didn't want to shoot this spare, but the double would have been nice. Well, that's a good shot. Oh, that held long, meaning that the ball didn't hook as early as I thought it would. It got down the lane and came in late. Leaves a very difficult 3-7-9 split. It's about impossible to make. Great spare.
And Yagao gets it. You said about impossible, but John, that's because you're not bowling. you get this every time, right?
Yeah, yes. Sure I do.
We'll see how Gavin Unger can fare.
Ooh, a backup ball. I like it. That's the only way you can really try to make it. The fact that he did it without using his thumb, that's difficult to do. That's impressive. Shame he didn't make it. That would have been phenomenal.
So we're into the 7th. 4 pins separating the two teams. One remains standing for Kalen Mefford.
Good break for Kalen. Could have been the 6-7 split. Leaves just a 6. Gives them a 5-pin lead.
Now Matthew Holcomb here for Columbus.
I like it. Yes. Great shot.
Second strike here of the game for Columbus. Norfolk has 1 up to this point. There's another spare. Well
Still
done.
5 pins. Ryland with a strike here will give Columbus a slight lead. But a spare will be helpful too. Just stay out of trouble. Looks good. Perfect.
How's that for staying out of trouble?
That's what I would call the ideal, staying out of trouble.
That's 2 in a row now for the Discoverers as they head to the 9th frame.
It's a good shot. Right back. Right back at you.
That's 2 strikes in a row for Lever on his 2 times he's bowled in the 5th, now the 8th.
Another strike here will give Columbus a 15-pin lead. That's an adjustment. That was great. Good for him.
3 strikes in a row for the Discoverers here, heading to the 10th.
Norfolk really has to strike to keep themselves in this because the 3 strikes in a row is important for Columbus. That's got a hook. Ooh, washout. 1, 2, 4, 8, 10. Keep yourself out of trouble. Keep it in the middle. I like it. Oh, done. That's done. Next.
Columbus slamming the door shut here in game 1. That is 4 straight strikes.
Yeah, they're going to be in the 170s, 180s. Even with a spare and strike out, the most they can get to is 175. Nice try. Columbus would like to make a statement here. Really, you know, kind of get them while they're down. That's good. Mid 180s for Columbus. Norfolk's going to be in the 140s, 150s. But we're going to reset the scores here in a second, Brandon, and it'll just be a 1-0 lead. And you never know what's going to happen here in the Baker-style bowling.
Clearly, Columbus, you hope it carries over. If you're Norfolk, you say, hey, forget it. Clean slate, like you said. 1 game down, there's still plenty more to play. Best of 5.
Yeah, nothing better than for the emotions is to get that first win under your belt. Helps you loosen up your arm swing, make a little better shot. Good try, nice finish, 187 for Columbus. Difficult baby split here on lane 27 for Norfolk. Needs to get the ball right between the 310. Can make it the other way if you get lucky, but that's all right. 141.
So game 1 in the books. Columbus 187, Norfolk 141. We'll be back here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games for game number 2.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Welcome back here to Sun Valley Lanes in Games 2022 Unified Bowling Class A State Championship. We head to game number 2. Columbus with the 1 game advantage after the dominant ending, John, to that first game where they went strike, strike, strike. Strike. 4 of them, right?
4 in a row. The ham bone is what we call that.
There we go.
I wouldn't put Norfolk out of this by any imagination. You know, we saw earlier they bowled some tough opponents, went 3-2, even though a couple times it looked like they might have been out. They came right back, so I still say anything's possible. Good start. Yeah, just like that.
McDonald.
Just like that.
McDonald with the strike for Norfolk. And we have Randy Champlin Jr. here for Columbus.
I got to watch Randy earlier today make some pretty good shots, important shots, help his team stay right in this. He wears his emotions on his sleeves a little bit, though. Might see a little bit more of that here.
It's first year bowling, according to head coach Jackie Eichhoff, for Randy.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Always happy and excited to be a part of the team. Here's ball by Norfolk's Rochelle Thompson.
Rochelle a little bit left to target. Ball goes down the lane, misses the head pin just to the left. Leaves a difficult 1-3-8-10 spare. He's going to get a couple, maybe. Nope, just slid off to the left.
Thompson. Not necessarily the easiest thing to pick up, but not impossible, right?
No, there's a couple of ways to do it. I like it. Yep, just like that. A couple
Well
ways
done.
to miss, too, but she is okay.
Now we're going to see Colin Jaster for the first time here for Columbus. Coach Eichhoff says he's always encouraging his teammates throughout the season. He has 1 left to knock down. On the flip side here for Norfolk, Helen Lever.
Good job by Columbus. Ring 10, could have struck, just didn't. But a nice shot here. Another ring 10. Same shot. I was almost like watching replay. Is that replay?
It could be. We'll see if they go back-to-back here spare pickups. Not just straight power on that one.
Ironically, Brandon, I don't know if you saw it, but if the 7 was standing there, he would have just made the 7-10. That's very rare. But, yeah, that power you mentioned, that's how you make that split.
Lever not quite able to pick that one up.
Well, possibly a 1-pin lead for Columbus if they can strike. He's working on a spare, so every pin counts twice in a sense.
This is Gavin Unger.
Good shot. Oh, Messenger, love it. Great shot there. Pin flying across, we call that the Messenger. It's a sign of a really good, strong, powerful shot. Sometimes it hits it, sometimes it misses, but we call it the Messenger. Great shot there.
Here's McDonald.
Five pin. It's okay. I like it when my spare is right in the middle of the lane.
Don't have to alter much. Here's Champlin rather again.
Trivia question for you, Brandon. How many inches do you have on the lane to make that 5-pin? Want to guess?
Oh, gosh. Let me say, let's go 6.
You're low. We could play Price is Right, like you're still in. It's actually about 14 and a half.
Oh, my.
When it's right in the middle. Unfortunately, you didn't use one of those 14 and a half inches. Leaves just the 5.
Well, I'm a smarter bowler now, thanks to you, which happens every time we do this.
Well, I'm glad I could
gain
help.
a little bit more knowledge, which reminds me, we haven't gotten to it yet. What lane pattern, oil pattern are we dealing with today?
That's a great question, Brandon. We actually have not released it to the public this year.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Top
it's a little
secret.
bit different. I can tell you this. I spoke with Mr. Masters about this a little bit. I can tell you what I can. For those that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, the lane pattern refers to the way that the conditioner is placed on the lane. It determines the scoring pace, and there's certain rules and regulations about how that conditioner is applied. And this pattern is what's known as a challenge pattern, which means it's not easy, but it's not difficult. You know, if you can throw consistent, you can get to the pocket, and that's really what it's about. But if you make a big mistake, the lane doesn't correct it for you, and you end up paying the penalty. The pattern was designed by the what's known as the industry leader in bowling lane conditioning, Kegel, specifically for our event. And we're pretty happy and proud about that they thought it was worthy of an event that they actually make us a pattern. So that's all I can tell you officially.
Hey, that's more than enough. I feel like you have to know a guy to have a specific pattern made for a specific event. Lucky you.
Yeah, fortunately. Right place, right time.
So we are into the 6th frame now. 28 pins difference between Norfolk and Columbus here, game number 2, as that spare is picked up by the Panthers.
We talked earlier in our Class B show with Jake about how strikes are for show, spares are for dough. Spares is really what it's at. Our winner basically mentioned the same thing. It's really about the spares, and we can see that here for Norfolk. A few more spares early, and they're in the lead.
Similar to the golf. Dry for show, putt for dough.
Yep.
I can't do either.
Yeah,
by the
neither can
way.
I.
Spare picked up by Norfolk. Recently, now we have Mefford. Right
Great
down
job.
the middle.
Not only did he take advantage of the spare, he got a strike, which was big. Keeps Norfolk in a comfortable early lead by about 20. But still three frames left. Ooh, that was close.
Spare is picked up by the Discoverers.
That's why they paint the pins. Just for that reason. Just catches it.
Now, how much does the paint add to the ability to pick it up by the
Just
ball
enough.
hitting it? All right.
Oh, there we go. Double.
So Norfolk is following suit with what Columbus did in game 1, where they really turned it on. In the latter half of the game, they rattled off 4 straight strikes. Norfolk currently with 2 in a row. Here's Champlin for Columbus.
That one got away a little bit. But still 3 frames left. He'd really like to get the spare. As we mentioned, Brandon, you know, Norfolk hasn't walked away at any point in time today. They've been fighting all day long, and we're going to see it again here, I have a feeling.
Well, they toppled the number 1 seed to get here. We mentioned in the pregame, both of their previous 2 matches in the quarters and the semis went 5 games. They came out on top of both. Millard North first, Millard South second. Here's Lever.
That's high. Nice. Perfect.
Make it 3 in a row strikes. 4 strikes in the last 5. There's also a spare in there as well, so marking out the past 5 frames here for the Panthers.
The momentum has taken a big pendulum swing here. You know, we saw earlier, it looked like Columbus was really getting on a roll. Now Norfolk is saying, not on my watch. So giving them a little bit of what they got.
Right now, roughly 81 pin differential. Now, Norfolk is way ahead. They're entering the 10th frame. Columbus still in the 8th, but you're the mathematical wizard. Can Columbus, do they even have a chance?
At this point, no. It's done. We're going to be 1-1.
Here's Jaster finishing out the 8th. Just missing.
Spare here by Norfolk. We're actually going to see, I think, the high game of the day so far on the show. We did see a couple earlier higher games, but it's going to be in the 180s, 190s possibly. That's all right. Still enough. 183.
183. 4 shy of what Columbus hit in game number 1. But it counts as a win all the same. Just 2 frames here for the Discoverers to wrap up. And you talk about it now, maybe get some of that mojo, some of that momentum rather, going to carry over to game number 3.
Yeah, you want to try to at least get any sort of nerves out of you, you know, just try to stay loose, make a shot, start thinking about what next game's going to bring, because basically we reset in a sense, you know. It's 1-1, so any mistakes you've made, forget about them, because we're just going to move on and go on to a new game. We don't have to worry about the total pins, you know, like what, you know, the overall total is. That doesn't apply in this case because it's a best 3 of 5 competition, so it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 101. A win's a win.
Explain momentum quickly in bowling and how you've experienced it, because Columbus went 187, and they're right at about 100 here in game number 2, and it flip-flopped for Norfolk.
Yeah, coming out of the gate, the mark, you know, if you can get out of the first frame and get a strike or a spare, that usually helps. But if you start with an open, it hurts. So anytime that you can at least stay out of trouble, you got to like your chances.
We're all tied 1 apiece. Your score in game number 2, Norfolk 183, Columbus 96. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back with game number 3 of the Unified Bowling State Championships. When the game wraps up, or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics. Welcome back here to Sun Valley Lanes and games in Lincoln, Nebraska. Brandon Axmit, John Lucido, 1-1. Columbus and Norfolk tied in the Unified Bowling Class A State Championships. John, we were hoping we would see something like this, and it's already setting itself up for maybe another 5-game thriller.
I think we're heading for it. At least it looks like it as of right now. I'll tell you right now, though, Brandon, coming back from down 1-0 is different than being down 2-0. So this game could be the important one. So let's see what happens.
Matthew Holcomb for the Discoverers, getting things going. It's his second year on the bowling team.
He left what's known as the dinner bucket, the 1, 2, 3, 5. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Ask me. That's just what it's called.
I was gonna say, always am intrigued by the names. Intrigued by strikes as well. Nolan McDonald. That's the same way he started the game number 2 for the Panthers with that strike.
And that's important. Getting out of the gate with a strike is big, but a spare would help. Oh, bad break. You could hear the crowd reaction was the same as mine. Looked good, but just somehow missed it.
Here's another look. Can feel his pain.
Yeah, the head pin went one way, the ball the other, and left that 5 pin. Oh.
Rochelle Thompson. Back-to-back strikes now for Norfolk.
That's the ideal way to get out of the gate with a big double. That's a good shot. Nice.
Big strike. Jaster answers for the Discoverers.
Chester uses his long arms to his advantage by getting that long swing that allows him to get some extra rotation on the ball, and that extra rotation translates into some power at the pins, and we saw that there.
That last one thrown at 17.5 miles per hour from Jaster. Here's Lever.
Oh, good shot. 6-pin goes to the sidewall, just doesn't bounce out and hit the 10, leaves just the 10-pin. Strike 9 start for Norfolk is big, but as we know, Ryland here is past state champ, so he might get a double here for Columbus. Good shot, a little bit light, 2-pin.
Lever will see if he can pick this one up.
Needs to go cross lane, meaning that he's going to try to go the entire width of the lane. Across stick, get some extra oil to get the ball to hit the 10, just like that.
Coach Utek says Lever is a gamer, loves to compete, and is always looking for ways to improve. Nothing to improve on there. Picked up the spare.
Perfect.
Picked up there by Prokopek. So head to the fourth. Norfolk leading by 20. Both coming off a spare. Always important to get this ball. Picking up a lot of pins.
Yep. The first shot after a spare is always critical. It's a little bit to the right. 6. An unusual lead for the 1-3, 4-9. I gotta think about how you would make this.
I was going to say they probably don't have a name for that one.
No. 2 ways to do it. Hit the ball in the 1-3 pocket, have the 1 hit the 4, the ball take out the 9, or go to the left side of the head pin. Ball makes the 1-4. 1 hits the 3, 3 hits the 9.
Unfortunately, there for McDonald, he's unable to hit any of them.
I understand the confusion, though. That's tough.
Holcomb with an easier potential way to pick up the spare, but he goes down the same spot as he did for ball number 1. So 26-pin advantage for the Panthers heading into the 5th.
So now it feels like we're losing a little bit of the momentum that Norfolk had, but still 26 pins through 4. You can kind of relax still.
Yagao leaves 2.
Ball went through the nose. Avoided the split, which is good, but the 6-10 can be chopped. Ball could slide off to the right. Not an easy spare. That's a pretty good shot. Again.
Jaster. Back-to-back strikes for him individually. Yagao wants it.
Oh!
Look at that action.
Just enough. Just enough. Opportunity for Columbus to get another strike, give them a double, help them gain some of that 26-pin deficit, get them up to 16 if they can get another strike. Regardless, he's going to want a spare to try to keep it close because Norfolk's working on a spare. That's pretty good. Bam. Nice.
Last year's Class A state champ showing you how it's done. Ryland Prokopek with the strike.
That's a little bit light. 2-4-5. That pulls them within about 13 or 14 pins, Brandon. Important shot here for Columbus. Ooh, difficult spare there, the 3-5-10. Baby split.
Matthew Holcomb will have to test his luck against the baby split. Not before We have lever throw here for Norfolk.
Well, it's getting by. It's just one. Spare here would pull within 4 for Columbus, but a difficult spare to do. Oh, he's got a chance if it gets over. No, just to the left.
So Columbus leads by 2, but they have bowled an extra frame. They're through 7. Norfolk is now starting the 7th.
Oh.
Huge strike.
Huge. That gives
Kalen
them
Mefford.
at least an 8, if not an 18-pin lead, depending on what they do this next shot.
Jaster's looking for his 3rd straight strike. Not quite.
What a disaster. Could have been the 4-6 split. Leaves just the 4. That helps keep Columbus in this, actually. But this is the shot. Oh, that could be a strike. Yes.
And it is. Yagao is pumped.
Good spare. Well, Norfolk seems to be riding that wave. The double is important. It keeps them at about almost a 30-pin lead.
Both teams are through 8 frames. Here's Lever. 3 in a row for the Panthers, heading into the 10th.
It's interesting to see that in all 3 games so far, the team that wins is the one that all of a sudden in the 7th frame starts throwing these strikes. And they get the string going, and that basically finishes it. And then we're almost going to see the same thing here. Ryland's got to at least mark to have any sort of chance. Strike would be very helpful, and at least make Norfolk show up in the 10th frame. There it is. Yep, good shot.
Prokopec keeping the pressure on at least.
So basically, we basically need a high pin count here. Oh, that's going to be it. 9. That's going to put them pretty much in the 180s.
So we're needing Holcomb to strike, right, to have even a chance, or is it over?
No, it's over.
It's over.
Strike's going to be good here, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, how did that stand? And the computer even thought that it should have fallen over. That's rare. That was unusual.
Well, I'm sure Holcomb says, just it's fine. I'll take the strike. Spare picked up on the other end for Norfolk. Smefford. The Panthers are going to take game number 3. So we're waiting here for Holcomb.
We have to have that pin respotted. So what happened there is very unusual. The way that the scoring system works is that it looks at the top of a pin to see if the pin's standing. That pin was wobbling so far, it actually wobbled out of the scoring system view. So the computer thought that they struck and basically set a set of pins up, but that doesn't count. So he has to shoot that spare.
A strong finish for the Panthers, 194. As now Mefford will attempt to pick up the spare, but this is all Norfolk here in game number 3. $194 to 146. Norfolk has now won 2 in a row, and they are 1 away from being crowned Unified Bowling State champions. Stay with us. We'll be back here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games in Lincoln.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers says let it snow because a white New Year's Eve could mean free jewelry. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
We come from different places.
To push past anyone standing in our way who say,
"You're not good enough."
"You can't afford this." We stare down the challenges and we tell them yes.
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 Yes, I can.
We come together with Maverick spirit, with hope,
With determination.
with passion.
We build up our community. Somos familia.
Because our community is part of us.
And we are a part of something bigger than ourselves.
We share one goal: to change
To change
the course of our lives forever.
Welcome back here to Sun Valley Lanes and Games, site of the 2022 Unified Bowling Class A State Championship. Norfolk has a 2-1 lead, meaning they just need to win one more to be crowned state champions. Game number 1, John, 187-141 Columbus. Game number 2, 183-96 Norfolk. Game number 3, 194-146 Norfolk.
Some pretty high scores, actually, Brandon. The winning score has been in the 180s or 190s every game so far, which is pretty impressive. But I don't know. I mean, 180 to not win would be unusual. So if Columbus can get things going, I think we're going to go to 5.
Well, the last 2 games, this young man started it off with a strike. Nolan McDonald have to try to pick up. The 3 remaining shouldn't be overly difficult. I say that, but starting off is Matthew Holcomb for Columbus.
Good shot by Matthew. Goes a little bit high, leaves the 6-10. Pretty even start, so I'm not getting the vibe off of somebody taking an early lead. So, yeah, wow. This is going to get good. Don't go anywhere.
McDonald goes right down the middle. A chance for Columbus here to mark in the opening frame and get a little head up heading into the second. You always, John, have been talking about the start and how important that is. But it's left open as well for the Discoverers.
Yeah, there's no real chinks in the armor there until that shot. So it's okay. Anything's possible still.
Here's Rochelle Thompson, very coachable player, strives to improve at every practice according to Coach Catherine Utek.
Leaves the 1-2, 2 pins right in the middle. Basically just needs to keep it in the middle. She'll get the spare. Prokopek, though, would like to get a strike and start getting things going for Columbus. Oh, broke up the split, Brandon. That could have been ugly.
Thompson, the sophomore, for the Panthers.
That's it. Perfect. Good for her.
First mark of game number 4. Prokopek looks to follow suit.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't answer. He's been solid all day.
Well done. 1 pin separating the teams heading to the third early on in game number 4. Another look courtesy of Liberty First Credit Union.
Who's going to break out first, Brandon? Who's it going to be?
Well, historically, as you referenced, we have to wait till frame 6 or 7 for one of the 2 teams to decide to rattle off 3 or 4 in a row. If we're going to 5, it has to be Columbus.
Yep.
You know, so from a TV viewer's standpoint, wanting to see the drama, the Discoverers are going to have to get a victory here to keep this one going.
Oh, that's light also, but no split. Difficult split here on lane 28. In order for him to make this, he gets the ball to the left side of the 4-pin, almost like he's going to miss it. And then that 4 will slide over and hit the 10. Oh, it's got a chance, actually. Oh, nice try.
Extremely close there from Kellen Lever. Great effort.
If there were style points, Brandon, it'd have been pretty good there, but just unfortunately there is not.
Spare pickup there for the Discoverers.
Key for Columbus is capitalizing on the spare. He wants to try to knock down as many pins as he can on the spare ball to give them a bigger lead. Currently they have about a 13-pin lead. That looks good. Oh, yeah.
You've had about 3 of those this game. There's almost the split, but not quite.
Yeah, Nolan avoided disaster with a 4-6 split. Leaves just the 6. 5. That was all right. Gives them a 9-pin lead. Easier spare, though, for Nolan. And Norfolk uses all the approach. The long legs generate some additional leverage by using the long legs to his advantage. Allows him to get underneath the ball and get a little better delivery. And like that. Oh, thought he had it. I feel the same way, Nolan. I thought you had it, bud.
Opportunity again here for the Discoverers.
Just slides to the right, just misses. That pin must not have been painted as much. Talked about earlier.
Well, Discoverers also leaving the frame open. So 8 pins separating the 2. Columbus leading, heading to the 5th.
Tyler would like to try to get them back going again through the nose. 3-6-10 spare. Eight pins is all that's separating their 2 teams. Both teams on an open. Ryland shot in the pocket. Yeah, you heard the crowd reaction there. That could have been a strike just as easy. The 5-pin goes behind the 7, missing the 7-pin.
And then a big spare on the other end.
Yeah, Tyler with a great cover there. Covers all 3 pins with the ball. It's the right way to make it. Keeps Norfolk right in this.
Yeah, that was good that you started explaining the science of why, if you hit it in virtually the same spot, sometimes it's those corner pins that are left standing and other times it's not the case.
Yeah, well, when 2 round objects hit each other, unless they hit each other in the exact same place with the exact same angle, they can go in different directions. And even though he did everything he was supposed to there, the 5 just didn't go the right way.
Here's Kellen Lever.
Kellen coming light, leaves the washout. The 1-2-4-10 spare is what that's called. It's meant to reference when, when water washes out through the middle of a gully. That's the theory behind that name.
Makes sense to me. I'm seeing it now. I'm visualizing exactly what you're describing.
It helps we're off to the side.
The ham bone, a little different.
Yeah. Nice shot, light pocket, leaves just the 6. 11 pin separating our 2 teams, but a difficult spare on lane 28. He gets the ball to the left side of the head pin. And we'll try to get that head pin over. That's got a chance right like that. Ooh. No. Wow.
He feels like he was robbed. I can't disagree.
Bad
Look at this
break.
again.
Bad break. He did exactly what you're supposed to do, folks. Only about a foot between those 2 pins, and they're 5 inches wide. Somehow got through there. Missed the washout spare. We're going to come back to that spare. That could just be bad luck for Norfolk. Let's hope it's not the case overall. But it could be the difference in this match for sure.
So Unger just picked up a spare for Columbus. We have another split facing the Panthers.
Oh, good shot on the spare. Oh, almost struck. Good pin count there. Take a 21 pin lead, actually. Now, what we're seeing is the 5-10 split. The only way to make this is to get the ball left side of the 5 pin, like you're just going to miss it. 5 will slide over, hit the 10. Difficult for the right-hander, even more difficult for the right-hander, actually. He had the right idea, just lost it there a little bit. You could tell his frustration. He really wanted to get it.
All right, Matthew Holcomb. A chance to make it 3 consecutive spares in a row for Columbus. Just missing.
I think if he was trying to do that on purpose, he probably would have been able to. Just to ride the ball down the left side of the lane like that and then manage to not hit the pin is tough to do, actually. Just calling it, it would have been pretty impressive, but not now. Not the time.
1 remains standing for Yagao as we are now in the 8th frame.
Norfolk's trying. They're trying to do the right thing, just not getting the breaks. Last frame, the split, the frame before the washout that could have made it. I think we're going to go to 5, but we'll see.
Prokopek gets 8.
Cross lane spare, got it.
That's
Keeps him in.
big.
The 6-10 for Prokopek's not easy. The ball can hit the 6 pin and go straight back along with the pin and miss the 10. So you got to cover either both pins with the ball or hit enough of the 6 pin on the left to have it hit the 10. He switched balls to a ball that probably goes straighter. He's going to go try to cross right at it. Just like that. Good job.
So Columbus, as we head to the 9th, 22 pin advantage. Both Norfolk and Columbus coming off a spare here.
Norfolk must mark to keep them in this match. What's going to go high? 9. It's okay. If Columbus marks here, we're going to go to the 10th frame with a fairly decent advantage for Columbus. If they leave a split or something they don't make, it's going to go right down to the 10th.
And Columbus needing to win this to force a 5th game. There goes 9.
He did exactly what he needed to do. Just didn't get the break. Must-spare situation for Norfolk. Oh, yes.
You got it. Kellen Lever picking up the spare, sending the Panthers to the 10th frame.
Well, let's see what happens. We'll set up our synopsis or what's going on here. Spare, it's big. So now 9 pins on this shot for Columbus will basically at least force a tie, but Norfolk has to strike.
It's up to Kalen Mefford. He's thrown several strikes here today.
Oh.
Not quite this time.
And that's not going to be enough. We're going to go to game 5.
Well, you wouldn't have it any other way, John.
No, and I knew going into this, based on what we saw earlier today, I thought, well, we're going to have some exciting bowling here today, folks. And these teams have not disappointed. We saw it in Class B, and we're going to see it again in Class A. We're going to 5. Doesn't get any better than that.
Well, Mefford picking up the spare. He'll get one more ball here.
What's interesting is the score. The scores come down a bunch for both teams. Nerves, possibly, would be my guess. They know there's no going back now.
Columbus won the first. Norfolk won the next 2. Discoverers of Columbus High are about to take game number 4. Setting up a all-deciding 5th game. So Norfolk finishes with a 132.
151.
151 for Columbus. The stage is set here in Lincoln. 2-2 as we prepare for game number 5 of the Unified Bowling State Championships. Don't go anywhere.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes and Games. We head to the 5th and deciding game between Norfolk and Columbus. Here in Lincoln, Columbus won the first, Norfolk won the next two. The Discoverers win game 4 to force this 5th game. John, what type of emotions could you imagine these bowlers are feeling right now, and how do you manage them?
Well, Brandon, that's the challenge. You know that it's going to be over after this game. In about 10 minutes, we're going to know who our state champion is, and every shot is critical, and that's tough to control. So you just got to take a breath and do the best you can do, because it's all you can ask for. You know, I would not have guessed that going into this game, you know, that 150 was going to be the win. But as we've saying all day, the spares are where it's at. You know, Columbus had 7 spares, Norfolk had 5. You know, if Norfolk had 7 also, they would have won. So really, that's what we got to watch for, folks, is who makes the spares.
Interesting side note, historically the Panthers have been in this position before. This is their 6th trip to Unified State as a program. They were champs in 2019, runners-up in 18 and 20. On the flip side, this is the first time Columbus has ever been here.
Yeah, and Columbus is putting up quite the fight for somebody, you know, for the first time, especially against, you know, such a seasoned veteran and being in the TV show in the finals. So it's a dogfight. But somebody in Northeast Nebraska is going to be a state champ. But who?
We'll know in about 10 or 15 minutes. Big spare picked up by Nolan McDonald. So the Panthers mark in the first. Columbus leaves it open.
You could see the relief on his face when he got that pin to slide over like that. He turned around and let out a good old breath. Thought, whew. Wow.
Jaster thought he had a strike.
Yeah, you could tell. He thought it was there, and it was. It just didn't go. It's tough to be so close and just not get what you know, you do what you're supposed to do. It just doesn't happen.
There's Rochelle Thompson with that ball for the Panthers.
That's okay. He caught himself. I think he caught his own foot. And when that happens, that's okay. He didn't violate any rules. He gets to basically take a time, reset, and go again.
As long as you don't cross that foul line, right? That's the only thing.
That's the key. Unfortunately, he didn't reset, you know, to regain his composure. Kind of lost that. And that happens. Again, it's what we were talking about, the nerves going into this final game. It's tough.
So that frame left open by the Panthers. It's a 7-point advantage for Norfolk heading to frame number 3.
All right, so Columbus needs to basically reset, take a breath, try to get things going here.
This is Gavin Unger for Columbus.
Gavin's been pretty solid all day. That shot's going a little bit high. Good shot, going to break up. The 4-7 leaves just the 4. Makes that spare much easier, actually.
Kellen Lever for Norfolk. I think you're right to the theory, perhaps the nerves playing a part as the stakes just rise.
We can also see the transition to this left lane. Norfolk's gone light, 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 missing the head pin to the right, all 3 shots. Could mean that the oil is starting to transition down the lane on that side. They need to now adjust and try to get the ball a little bit higher into the head pin by moving their feet to the right and keeping the same target. If I was coach, that's what I would have said.
Well, you have a little bit of experience doing that from what I understand.
Yep. Good move on the spare. Again, spares is where it's at.
That's Lever with the spare. Columbus also spared in the third.
All right, both teams working on spares, which means that this shot's important because the pin's in a sense double when you work on a spare. So get as many as you can. 4. So that gets them up to 32. But even if Norfolk gutters here, they'll still be in the lead by at least 3. And a difficult spare in lane 28 also. We're on 27 to 28 here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Been the TV pair here for high school bowling for almost 2 decades. Yeah. Boom, he says.
Nolan McDonald. The first strike here in game number 5, and it could be a very big one.
Difficult spare could be. Yes.
That's about the best you could have hoped for from Matthew Holcomb answering with the pickup.
Yeah, the 4 count didn't really hurt as much by getting that spare. That was good. Going to keep within 13 pins. But if Norfolk can double, they'll go to a 23-pin lead. So this shot important. And getting that first strike, Brandon, is big. Sometimes it opens the gates.
Yagao, and wouldn't you know it, 2 in a row for Norfolk.
Yeah, there's something about that first strike that just gets you to go, okay, let's go. And Norfolk might be taking advantage of that.
Jaster. Is that a Brooklyn? Does that count? It was close.
He deserves that. You know, last time, ring 10, was a great shot, did what he was supposed to, didn't get it. That shot got crossed over, a little lucky, strike.
Things heating up, pins starting to fall more here in game number 5. We're through 5, now entering the 6th frame.
Could we see a turkey? Yes. Gobble, gobble.
Thanksgiving's not over yet. Week, maybe 2 removed. I can't do the math, but my, oh my, the Panthers taking the turkey. There was a spare prior to that. Just 1 open frame for Norfolk. That was in the 2nd. Columbus comes right back.
They are not going away. They're going to keep fighting tooth and nail. We're going to go right down to the end.
Kalen Mefford up here for Norfolk.
Oh, I like it. Get over it. It's good. 7.
Here's Holcomb for Columbus.
If Holcomb answers with a turkey, oh my. Oh my, Brandon. Let's
Here
go.
We go.
Let's go, he says.
Look at that. 3 in a row for Columbus on the back of 3 in a row for Norfolk.
Oh,
they can't get the spare.
Bad break for Norfolk. That might be the momentum turn that we've been wondering about. We have a match.
Jaster looking to make it 4 in a row.
Oh, almost backdoor to strike. And guess what? If he spares this, we're in a tie situation.
Heading into the 9th, should that be the case. Here's frame number 8 for Norfolk. Tyler Yagao.
You need to stay out of trouble. Don't split. Strike.
That's definitely not a split. A huge strike for the Panthers.
Simple spare. Wow. Well, folks, we're tied. I guess the simplest way I could say it. So if somehow Norfolk was to strike out the next two frames, they would win by 10 because they're working on a strike. But regardless, if the teams go spare, strike, we're going to have a tie and we're going to go to sudden death. And that would be phenomenal.
Circa, I believe that was 2017. Fremont and Norfolk.
That's right.
Fremont came out on top on the bowl-off.
Strike here by Columbus, and we'll be tied going into the 10th frame. That's a good shot.
Unger.
Yeah.
Takes him down. Final ball here of the 9th frame for Lever.
Spare, we're still tied. Well, it all depends on pin count, Brandon. If Columbus strikes out, they win because they are now working on a strike. It was just the opposite going in the last frame. But let's see what happens. Good shot. Wow.
Matthew Holcomb. What a ball.
All right, we still need pin count. Strike here could keep them right in it, but it's not over. It's still not over, folks.
If he strikes it, is it over?
It is. If he needs 7 pins. Uh-oh. 3.
Okay, what's the situation now?
He needs, so Norfolk must spare and strike to force Columbus to get at least 3 pins. If he doesn't spare, it's over. He's got it. All right. If he gets 3 or more, they win. So he needs 6 pins total on these 2 shots.
It's all out there for Holcomb.
That's
he
enough.
Needs 3.
4. He got it. That's 190. They were winners.
And I don't know if they know it yet.
They don't. But Columbus is your champion. Norfolk's going to be just short by 3 pins. Wow.
Now they've realized it. The Discoverers, 190. Norfolk, 187 in game number 5. In their first trip to state, the Discoverers are your 2022 Unified Bowling State Champions. John, thoughts on what we just witnessed out there? My, oh my.
My, oh my is it, Brandon. I knew going into the show, I thought we're going to have a great match, and these kids did not disappoint. That was phenomenal. 2 winning teams, really. I mean, how do you say it any other way? But somebody's got to be the victor, and it's Columbus by 3, and it's enough.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our post-game medal presentation and interviews. Columbus wins it 3-2.
My Nebraska roots run deep, just like Midwest Bank's. I'm proud to return home to Nebraska, and Midwest Bank is proud to be a community bank. Proud of their Nebraska history and proud of the communities they serve. Each branch helps to make its community a great place to live. When they say they're a local bank, they really mean it. With them, I never feel like just another customer. They always treat me like family. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
On average, we spend 90% of our time indoors, which means indoor air quality plays a huge role in your overall health and well-being. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we offer solutions that fit your needs and your budget. Do you have dust around your air vents or your allergies feel like they're getting worse? It might be a good time to call us and have your air filter replaced or schedule an air duct cleaning. We offer free estimates and flat rate pricing, which means you pay for the job, not by the hour. Our family serving yours.
When you want to wear your pride on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to NebraskaScreenPrinting.com for the latest screen printing and embroidery design. View hundreds of designs or upload your own for any school activity, sport, booster club, or business. We can do it all in whatever color your pride comes in. Get your group order in for your event or team at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com today for a fast and convenient turnaround. We're custom sports screen printing and embroidery at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Columbus winning 3-2 over Norfolk. Let's now begin the award presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jay Beller and NSAA Board of Directors Thomas Lee from Omaha Westview, Kara Graham from Lincoln Southeast High School, and Special Olympics Nebraska President Carolyn Chamberlain. Here are the awards for runner-up Norfolk High School. Will head coach Katie Utek and your assistants come to the lane to present the silver medals for your team. Participants, as your name is called, please come forward. Kellen Lever. Nolan McDonald. Kaylin Mefford. Rochelle Thompson. And Tyler Iago. For these outstanding participants and their school, here is the 2022 Class A NSAA State Unified Sports Bowling Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Norfolk High School. And now to the champions, Columbus High School. First, head coach Jackie Eickhoff, we have a special award for you. Coach Eickhoff and your assistants can hand out the gold medals to your team. Participants, please come forward as your name is called. Randy Champlin. Matthew Holcomb. Colin Chester. Rylan Prokopek. And Gavin Unger. And for these outstanding participants and their school, here is the 2022 Class A NSAA State Unified Sports Bowling Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Columbus High School.
Congratulations indeed, Columbus High, 2022 Unified Bowling State Champions. You heard it there, Rylan Champlin, Matthew Holcomb, Colin Jaster, Ryland Prokopek and Gavin Unger bringing home the state title to the Discoverers. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hear from Coach Eichhoff as well as a player of the game. We want to hear the insight from what led to the state championship in 5 games in thrilling fashion. Stay with us. We'll be back here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
As the world keeps changing, so is the way to purchase a new car. Across the nation, there are lengthy delays with new vehicle requests and many being built to order. At Zollner Ford of Beatrice, we're making it easy. With our new Save a Spot program, you can be one of the first in line. We've got a seamless pre-order process that guarantees your reservation is secure and in the queue, and our sales professionals will keep you updated every step of the way on the status of your vehicle. Come reserve yours today. Zollner Ford of Beatrice.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers says let it snow because a white New Year's Eve could mean free jewelry. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes and Games with the victorious Columbus Discoverers. Joining us, Matthew Holcomb and Coach Jackie Eichhoff. Coach, first off, walk us through the emotions you maybe were feeling there towards the end.
Quite a few of them. It was quite a nail biter. We knew that it would be. Norfolk's good. We were honestly just happy to be in the finals with them. And then it went down to that last frame. So emotions were all over the place. That's about all I can say.
You've never been here before, and you get here for the first time, you run the table. What do you think led to that?
I think this team they're just gelling really well together. They get along so well. They have fun. When one has a bad frame, the other ones pick them up. And I think that's what happened again today. We might have had a couple bad games in there, a couple bad frames, but the rest of the team just kind of picks them up and helps each other out. So they're just a good group of guys that enjoy bowling.
Well, somebody who is a superstar, Matthew Holcomb, can you share not only what he did today, but what does he mean to this team in general?
Well, Matt is always ready to bowl. He is always one of the biggest cheerleaders for the team. He is a senior this year and just excited to be here. Last year was his first year of bowling, and he has just come so far in the last 2 years. He's just always cheering on the other players. Whether he's in the game or not, he's always just one of the best teammates that we have.
Coach, thank you for the time. Congratulations. We're going to talk to Matthew now.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, an emotional Matthew Holcomb, you're wearing the gold medal. You're a big reason why you guys have the gold medal. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling kind of nervous both when we came up against Norfolk, and we just came out and did our best. For me, it was very emotional, and we just came out and did our best. Had some gutter balls, but we just came back and picked them up.
Can you take us to the 10th frame? What you were feeling, what you were thinking before you threw that first strike?
I was thinking like maybe my ball will go to the left a little or to the right, but then I just realized that it just went right down the center.
And what about when you realized that you guys had won? How did you feel then?
I felt pretty good about that. I mean, this is my first time being in a state unified tournament, so I felt pretty good.
Looking back on this season, is there anything that's going to stick out to you? You know, the bonds perhaps you made with your friends and your teammates, and this experience as well, as a senior?
Well, just always have fun and just do your best. That's all that counts.
Matthew, thank you for the time and congratulations.
Thank you.
That is Matthew Holcomb, a superstar performance leading Columbus to its first ever state championship here in Unified Bowling. Stay with us. We'll be back to wrap things up here in Lincoln.
We come from different places.
To push past anyone standing in our way who say,
"You're not good enough.
You can't afford this." We stare down the challenges
and we tell them yes.
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 Yes, I can.
We come together with Maverick spirit,
with hope,
with determination,
with passion.
We build up our community. Somos familia.
Because our community is part of us.
And we are a part of something bigger than ourselves.
We share one goal: to change the course of our lives forever.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Coming back to Nebraska was truly exciting for me, and I knew I'd feel at home. To get back to that place where the best fans cheer you on. To get back to that place where everyone knows your name and cares how you're doing. Just like coming back to Nebraska, Midwest Bank welcomed me home like family. My life gets pretty busy, going to classes, volleyball practice, spending time with friends and family. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes and Games here in Lincoln, Nebraska. We are wrapping up our coverage of Unified Bowling State Championships. Columbus is your Class A state champs. Let's see how they did it by taking a look at our top plays. 2022 Unified Bowling State Championship in Lincoln. It was the 3-seed Columbus taking on the 5-seed Norfolk. Norfolk has been here before, won a state championship and has some runners-up. Columbus, their first ever time making it to the big stage. How about a big strike starting things off for Columbus and Matthew Holcomb in game number 1. This would be the 4th strike in a row. Matthew Holcomb, a huge part of the success as the Discoverers tore away in game number 1. 187 to 141 would be your final. Columbus on top. Look at that pin action by Gavin Unger for Columbus. But Norfolk would answer back in the second. A big-time strike there for the Panthers. And here's Kalen Mefford, the senior, also with a strike. Norfolk bounces back, takes the second game 183 to 96. Norfolk would continue the momentum in the third game. Rochelle Thompson, the sophomore, with a strike. Tyler Yagao, the junior, with a nice pickup. Norfolk is rolling. They followed up that spare with a strike. Yagao again. Norfolk would take the third. And a big reason why, iced right here. Kellen Lever, highest pin total we saw, 194 for Norfolk, 146 for Columbus in game number 3. So the Panthers now lead 2-1 as we head to the fourth. Nice pickup by Matthew Holcomb again. The young man was integral in what Columbus was doing all day long. Colin Jaster, strike as well for the Discoverers in a must-win situation in game 4. Lever would end up making it a turkey for the Panthers in that fourth game, but Matthew Holcomb following suit, that led to a turkey as well, and the Discoverers would stay alive by winning the fourth game, 151 to 132. So we're tied up going to the fifth, and that huge strike by Holcomb as teams were going blow for blow in game number 5 led to the victory. That 10th frame strike by Matthew Holcomb leads Columbus to their first ever state title and their first ever time making it to state. That fifth game, 190. Norfolk had 187. Discoverers winning it by 3 pins thanks to Matthew Holcomb in the 10th frame. A great effort by both teams, but Columbus is your Class A state champion. John, we are about to get out of here after an action-packed, fun-filled day, but can you reflect on what we just saw, your overall takeaways?
A simple thank you to all the teams that bowled today. I mean, phenomenal bowling, a great championship. It was exciting, it was fun, and it was just an awesome part to be a part of. Congratulations to all 4 of the teams that made the show and to our 2 champions today. Great bowling by everybody involved.
It was Ogallala Lexington in the Class B final that also went to 5 games. Just hitting on the fact that we were treated to excellent action tonight. It was Lexington who came out in the Class B state champions and Columbus here in Class A. That will do it for us here at Sun Valley Lanes and Games in Lincoln. Special thanks to our terrific crew, Tyler Bursovsky, Tyler Lechner, Danny Alvarado, Connor Luby as well, all making this happen from the production standpoint. For Jake Bartecki, who was here for the Class B State Championship. For John Lucido, who was amazing and here for both. I'm Brandon Axamit. We will next be in action. Basketball on Thursday. We'll be in Waverly, so be sure to tune in Thursday night for basketball action. That'll do it here from Lincoln. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.